Welcome back. We're in a bit of a strange position now because I don't have my camera holder at the moment, so it's going to be like this week. So I'm going to talk about the, I'd say, the final job or duty you will have in your life, which is going to be teaching. And we don't really take into full consideration the importance of it. So teaching should be, you know what teaching is, it's the transformation of information, hopefully in a digestible manner, and it gets a bad name. And that's because of our experience of teaching in school. That's not real teaching, that's talking to a group of 30 people, it's talking at a group of 30 people who are either zoned out or they're bored out of their minds, or they're actually paying attention but they're probably not enjoying the experience that much. Teaching gets a bad reputation for that because it's misused seriously. It's misused in the education system, it's misused in primary schools, and it's misused in secondary schools, in my opinion. Teaching shouldn't be one to many, I don't think, and I'll get back to that later on in the video. Teaching, in my opinion, is mentoring, it's skill raising, it's nurturing, it's sorry, my thumb is kind of there, and it's still there. It's not just spreading awareness of something. That's not teaching someone a concept. Teaching someone something is letting them find whatever they need within themselves to become better at that thing. It's genuinely making a difference in their lives because you're properly teaching them the skill or the thing that they need to learn. That's why teaching is very important, and without teaching we wouldn't really survive that much. We need to be able to drill a concept into someone's head effectively and fast, and we don't do that too much because, again, it's about spreading awareness and all of that. To be fair though, I'd say that most teachers and the public system are generally pretty decent at teaching. It's just they're not really teaching very important stuff. They're just teaching subjects, and the format is wrong as well. There's too many people in one class. There should be at most 3 people in one class. So teaching is done wrong. A teacher should fundamentally respect the student and make a genuine attempt to understand the student's mind and their perception of what's going on, what they know, what they understand. A teacher should be able to gauge that, and they should be able to adapt their lessons as necessary, because if a teacher is going on and on, they don't even care about whether the student is understanding it, then what's the point? You're not teaching. You're just talking at a bunch of people for the sake of saying that you're teaching. So I think that there's really no point if you're just going to be talking at people. So understanding the students is of vital importance. You must understand not only what they know, but what they need to know. Do they really need to know this thing that you're teaching them now? And this is mainly for primary school teachers. Do they really need to know some extra little mathematics that's like they've already done many times before? A little bit of a language that you don't even use anymore in the modern era. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that language, but students jump be forced to study it for like 600 hours every year because they're supposed to be trying to learn something that's going to be useful to them. Teaching should be about that. It should not be about drilling things into people's heads in this nonsensical, obsessive manner. Apprentice-master relationships are the way to teaching. This is my follow-on from the point of not having one-to-many people. It should be one-to-one. Student to a master to a student. That's it. That way it gets better, and the person is able to have a personalized lesson with the person. and teach them properly. That way there's more understanding, there's more mutual respect, there's more of a benefit to both of them. And teaching doesn't just give information to the person being taught, I also think it gives both information and experience to the person teaching. Teaching generally makes things more clear in their mind. This is the reason I made this video. It just makes things clearer. If you explain a complicated concept to someone, then you're probably going to understand it far more afterwards, which is surprising because we're already supposed to have the end-all be-all knowledge at the beginning, but we don't. We never do, and that's why you don't have to be the best in the world to be a teacher. You just have to be willing to share what you know and willing to improve as well. Everyone needs to improve on something. Nobody is just at the pinnacle yet. And I also believe a teacher will make or break a student in proportion to the investment the student has in the lesson. So what I'm talking about is how important this teaching is in the person's life. If they were going to do, let's say, an apprenticeship, then it's kind of the one thing they're ever going to need. Therefore, it's going to be very important, and how good a teacher is in that case is really going to skew whether the student fails or succeeds. And we need to pay more attention to that. If you're not getting taught properly, then, and it's something really important, then that's not good. If you are getting taught properly, that's really, really good. That's what you want, of course. But again, if it's some little fickle thing like teaching how to shoot someone on Roblox, then it's probably not going to be that important whether a person is good or teaching or not, because it's kind of a waste of time anyway. So do what you want, I can't judge. And my last point is that the teacher has already walked the path that the student is willing to walk. And by that I mean they've already failed 1,000 times. They know where people tend to go wrong in this, and they know how to overcome that because they have been forced to overcome that, hence why they're in the position they're in now. Otherwise they shouldn't be there. But the teacher has already failed, they've already fell down the holes, they've already fell off the bridge, therefore they can pave the path for the student and see what things went wrong and how to fix them in the best way possible. And that's what makes teaching effective. It's why we benefit more when we use intergenerational work than just trying to figure out everything again every generation. That's why we use the differential calculus made by Newton or whoever, and that Hooke guy. And there are other industries as well that revolutionary breakthroughs are made in the Renaissance. We won't want to do all that again, that would take ages. So we're being taught essentially by people who have done it before us, and in that sense they are paving the way for us.